Listen, I did not realize how different cooking is from actually baking, but it's so different. I feel like baking is actually more difficult. So I will be the first to say that I am not a baker at all. I'm more of a cooker, but I did my best with this recipe here. One thing I would have done differently is I would have used a spring form pan versus a regular cake pan, because with a spring form you can remove the sides and leave the bottom. That's one thing I would highly recommend if you want to try this recipe, is to use a spring form pan. I went through hell. Okay, if you are familiar with America's Worst Cooks, that would have been my ass. Okay, if when I was trying to transfer the cake bottom from the plate back to the pan, is when my entire cake fell apart. It fell into pieces. It just crumbled. It was so crumbly. I just had to put it back into the pan in pieces. So the bottom layer with the cake is just pieces, literally. Obviously, you can't tell that from the end result, which is great, but yes, I just had to put the pieces. Oh my gosh, that was horrible. Before I get into my rating, I am not much of a sweets person, so take my rating with a grain of salt. I will have to give this dessert a 6 out of 10, simply because it was a bit too sweet for me. The cheesecake is good on its own, and then adding the pound cake at the bottom was a bit too much sweetness, and then adding the glaze on top as well, and then on top of that the Cool Whip and then the cake piece. It was just too much sweetness for me personally. I feel like the end result was pretty decent for somebody that's not much of a baker. But yeah, if you like this video, make sure you give it a like, you comment, share, hype it up. And if you like my vibe, make sure you subscribe. And until the next video, always remember to stay true. Mwah.